Hey guys, Crystal Daz here, bringing another weekly Brutal Mutation. This week we have a something of whatever, a rehash of the very first mutation that was ever released for co-op mode. It's called Train of the Dead. I just finished it up. Here's our stats if you want to take a look at those. I'm going to go ahead and load up the replay and show you exactly what we did. I'm here with Maximus. He's currently the highest leveled player in all of co-op at the moment at 205, 20% the way to 1,000. So kudos to him for helping out. This week we have Darkness. I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a second. We have Darkness, which means your mini-map and your main map are always completely dark like this, unless you have like current vision of it. We've got Walking Infested, which means anytime you kill any enemy unit whatsoever, they spawn infested units. And we have Outbreak, which means Zerg units and a couple other things, infested Terrans spawn around the map. Eventually aberrations start coming, so I had to change around my build order for this map a little bit. You need early defense for the Walking Infested, because they'll come get you, so I had to delay my expansion a little bit, but we did this pretty easily without any issues. I think Carex is a good choice for this, so going to go ahead and get this started, so I'll just keep it on my player
Fancy
camera.
seeing you here. Guess it's my lucky day. Dominion's hired me to destroy some trains carrying dangerous Mobius ordnance. Seeing as how Amon's a mutual enemy, maybe you'd like to step up to the plate. I could use a partner or two on this.
Chrono Boost online. Our structure should now operate at a greater efficiency.
So I did release a video a couple weeks back showing my Karax solo on this, my solo build for this map. This is almost the same build. There's some little deviations. We did get Terrans, so we had to watch out for nukes. That changes things up a little bit. I also have to get your defenses up a little earlier, so there's that. So build order definitely changes. If you don't get early defense, you're going to get hurt a little. So let's check out what my partner's doing here. Getting his base up and going. Not much to do at the very beginning. Carex gets a couple cannons, Nova gets a couple marines, basic opener. Normally those two cannons I use at the rocks here, so yeah, Expo definitely delayed a little bit, but what you gonna do? This isn't a hard mutation, but you have to be ready for the trains to explode with zombies. If you're not ready for that, yeah. Oh, excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. So, yeah, for those of you who remember Train of the Dead, it was a pretty fun mutation. It was the very first one we ever had. It's a little bit nostalgic. It was fun, to be honest. It added a little bit of a challenge. I mean, back in the day, we thought this was hard.
Our allies' base is under fire.
There's the Walking Infested. One blast will take care of them. Carex, he heals everything, so it's nice. This is a good spot for your defense because it protects this ramp and hits the trains, so. A couple more Walking Infested, 35 HP.
The wonders of modern technology. Enemies on the offensive. Prepare to defend.
Now, we both do have all of the spawn locations and train movements memorized, so we know how this goes down. It wasn't much of a challenge for us, so. We've got the wave here. We've got a couple Walking Infested here. We both fight for the kills here.
Got eyes on your objective. Blow up that train before it reaches its destination.
Its current trajectory indicates it is attempting to flee. We will need to move quickly.
Now, if you'll notice, the minimap did indicate where the train was with a couple of arrows, but you have to be very quick to notice it. Now, normally this probe has a little bit of defenses set up a little bit earlier, but I didn't want to risk going out to the infested, so the next wave is going to be coming from the lower right, so we want to get these defenses up pretty darn quick, so...
Our base is under attack!
Goodbye.
Enemy combatants in motion. They're headed our way.
So long as you have a allied unit drawing aggro, they won't attack your probes, so... And this is the part where you gotta watch out for.
They never stood a chance.
Our allies are under attack.
Alright. So I'm going to be setting up 5 little clusters of cannons. This for the upper trains, this for the lower trains, this for the bonus trains, this for one of the waves that comes up this way, and then I'll just fill the little island down here with whatever's left. So that's my typical
Upgrade complete.
maneuver.
Our base is under attack.
I had my eyes on the purifier beam. A couple Marines got past. No biggie. Goodbye.
Upgrade complete.
If you're playing Karax,
Here we go. Knock that train over and raise some hell.
if you're playing Karax, a little warning: don't blow through your energy, especially not on the trains. Save your energy for the waves or the infested that pop when the train dies. If you waste it all on the trains, and you can very easily, you're gonna run out.
Our base is under attack.
I do like that Nova has her little sensor here, so...
Looks like that research is done. Our base is under attack.
Nova's taking out all of the little side enemies while
Base is under attack.
Liberators focus on the trains, and my cannons will be energized in just a moment and help finish off the train. Don't forget your energizers. Look what they do to your cannons. It's great. Put them in a phasing mode or whatever the heck it's called so they don't move.
Our allies are under attack. A main objective has been destroyed.
Target neutralized.
It appears the enemy is advancing. Prepare to meet them in combat.
Next wave comes from the lower right again, so we're going to wait around there.
Upgrade complete. Research complete.
So all in all, it's not too difficult of a mutation. Darkness is negated by knowing the map. Walking infested and outbreak, you just got to be ready for a lot of zombies, basically.
Upgrade complete.
Be ready for little enemies to come all over the place like that, and be ready for every enemy to kill to pop out more. So,
Incoming train. Do whatever it takes to derail it.
Under attack.
honestly, it's not that hard of a mutation. Just know the map. Play the map a few times if you don't know it. Memorize the spawn locations. They're always the same on this map. They never change. You'll be good.
Upgrade complete.
I make a little mistake right here. No, it was the next train I make the mistake on, I believe. You'll see when I get there.
There's a train booking it on the bottom track. If you want to catch it, you're gonna have to.
Alright, I'm
move
going back
fast.
into player perspective mode here. Right now I'm setting up the monoliths for the bonus trains. This formation can take out all bonus trains on any
Our
difficulty,
objective
so
has been felled.
I'll show you that formation again. This formation can take out any bonus train, even on brutal difficulty. 4 monoliths, 5 cannons, 1 shield battery, 1 pylon, you're good to go. So now, you do want to make sure if you have monoliths in the front of your cannon formations
Hostile sighted
that you
inbound
put a
on our
cannon out in front of that to protect yourself from being, well, nuked. So, like so. Because ghosts will target the closest structure they can find, and you will be nuked if you're against Terran, so be ready for that. I see so many players improperly prepare for nukes. It's frustrating.
Prepare our detection measures.
Upgrade complete.
So yeah, now my job is to focus on fortifying these cannon clusters, making them as powerful as possible with monoliths. Nova's going to be around the middle part of the map cleaning up a little bit, and we're almost ready to go. I just have to make sure I get one more cannon in front of that monolith I just made, make sure that we're nuke proof, and now we're nuke proof. So here's where I mess up. Nova moves out of my range as I click, and I lost 2 of my solar lances. I was a little bit irked at that. But that's why we save up energy.
Upgrade complete.
Bringing a defensive drone online.
You gotta love that purifier beam.
Trains. Nice work, commanders.
So for those of you who don't know, this cannon cluster formation here can deal with all the bottom trains. See? Takes care of that. You only need this part if you're against Zerg or Protoss, but you need these extra 2 cannons on the outside if you're against Terran. And then it can take care of all of the trains there. So that takes care of the bonus, that takes care of the bottom trains, and this takes care of the top trains. If you're against Terran, you need these extra 2 cannons here, and then you're good to go. So, making a little cluster here. See? Takes care of all these goes. This little cluster here will help with the waves and give you extra vision, so it's not necessary, but it really does help, especially if you're versus air. And then just fill up this island with monoliths to do some extra damage to all the trains along the way, and you're good to go. So
They've loaded up another train. Make sure that cargo doesn't get delivered.
all in all, not a hard mutation at all. Yep, stabilized. Now, I don't know why, but he decided to bring all of his units right where I was building and clog this place up a little bit. So that made things a little bit difficult, but you know what? Oh well. Figured I'd try to trap him, but he didn't fall for it, so.
Our allies are under attack.
Yeah, now for the most part, I sit back, I'll blast the waves, solar lance the trains, blast the waves with orbital strike, supplemented with my cannons, monoliths, and an amazing Nova. There should be no problem, so. Yeah, I didn't see that nuke, I was looking around for it, but it was right here somewhere, so.
We have contained the target successfully.
Next wave comes from the lower right, so. You really do want a Karax or a Swan this game. Karax and Swan can both heal their turrets. Karax heals all mechanical things in the entire game. Swan's turrets can heal back up to
The
50%,
enemy has
so
mobilized. We should move to intercept.
you really want healing. You're going to be taking a lot of damage. If you're Karax, make a couple energizers for your ally, please. It's just the polite thing to do. Couple ghosts trying to sneak in, but they're not getting very far, so... Always make sure you energize all of your monoliths. I think Nova Karax is a very, very strong combination. Nova really benefits from Karax's, what was it called? That 15% bonus speed on everything. All of her units come out faster, and if you manually use your next size chrono boost on her buildings, she'll get units out even faster, and the player who's playing her will probably love you a lot more, so...
Our allies are under attack.
Yeah, those ghosts don't last very long.
Take out the trains on the bottom
If you're
track.
against
You
Terran,
take
I
them
cannot
out,
stress this
Amon's mad,
enough,
and I'm
pay
happy.
attention
Win-win.
to nukes. Make sure you have detection. A third of you will be facing Terran if you're doing this. Those of you facing Zerg and Protoss, no worries, but if you're facing Terran,
Of course.
make sure you do that. Get the ghosts.
Our allies are under attack.
Terrans do nuke on this map, and they nuke a lot. Shield batteries, absolutely wonderful. Protect you from all damage.
We're about to have company. Enemy forces are gunning for us.
Did we miss the bonus?
Boost activated. Our structures should research and create units.
Oh
much
my
more
gosh, we
quickly
missed the
now.
bonus. Oh, son of... Oh, that's not acceptable.
Time to play defense.
Our base is under
I
attack.
did not realize we missed the bonus. It was almost... Oh. I'm gonna have to redo this whole
I
video.
reckon they're running out of hardware to ship.
I'll post
Almost
this
got
video
'em,
too, but
Commanders.
that irritates me. So yeah, there's Train of the Dead for you. It's a lot easier having over a year worth of experience since Mutation started. This felt a lot harder back in the day. This was not hard at all. This was really, really easy, so... I don't have much more to say else about that. Yeah, make sure you know the map to counter darkness. Make sure you get detection against Terrans. Make sure you have a Karax or a Swan to heal.
It's been a pleasure working.
And I think you're good to go, so... Oh, excuse me. Yeah, here's hoping they bring back some of the better past mutations. This was the first one that was ever released, so we were all back then barely past level 1 on our masteries, and now we're all 90 and up, so yeah, it's so much easier than it used to be. Just know your map, you'll be good to go. Y'all take care. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.